And so to today's guest, who is a prolific actor you may know for his outstanding performances in shows and movies like Vikings, Warcraft and Raised by Wolves. He's now back on our screen starring as Desmond Hart in Dune Prophecy, the latest in the Dune franchise. What a pleasure to welcome Travis Fimmel. Welcome. How are you, Travis?
Good, mate. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Busy man. I mean, the weekend just gone by saw you at the International Sporting Sweatbox Cauldron Nerve Corner that is Twickenham. How was it? Your first time?
First time, mate. It was a great experience. A great game, obviously. There's a lot of back and forth with England, but the Aussies come through.
They do. They did,
They went very silent at the end there, the stadium.
I'd say, I know. The Irish didn't have a great time against the All Blacks. But anyway, well done, and that must have been a bit of a buzz for you.
Yeah, no, it was great, mate. Great experience.
Do you get to do that when you're out travelling around talking to people like me? Do you get to see the city that you're in and
Yeah, for sure.
kick back a bit?
One of the perks, mate, that you get free food and you get to travel a lot with my job. So it's enjoyable. Yeah, and those are Twickenham, never been there, and it was great.
You got stuck in, I hope. You're wearing a jacket today, and we'll talk about Dune in a second, but it's got this word traveller written on it. And I was reading about this. And I'm a beer guy, so I really want to talk to you about this first. Do you mind?
No, let's go.
Okay, so whose idea was it? This is your own beer?
Yes.
I get the sense it's really Australian, very important to you, 100%.
Yeah. I was approached by a couple of, liquor companies and that to maybe rep a brand, and I'm like, no, I'd rather start my own, start a beer that I drink at home, the type of beer that I drink. So we started me and about 28 farm boy mates and country boy mates started a sort of better for you, ultra low carb and low calorie, just plain lager.
Low carb, low calorie.
Yeah,
it exists. I didn't think such a beer existed.
Yeah. So we started. It's very, very Australian and just supporting country people and local farmers and all that stuff.
That's really important. Why is that so important to you? That local thing, that community thing.
I grew up as a farm boy. I still got farm, and I just love it's a very hard-working class, and the farmers are forgotten about, I think.
Yeah.
So I always support local and support the people that have been supporting us. Everywhere is sort of built on farming, and people forget about the people in the country a lot. And it's all about the major cities, but obviously you wouldn't need it if it wasn't for farmers.
Okay, let's get down to business and talk about Dune Prophecy. I watched the first episode last night. I'm already in. This is another world. I could smell the sand. I can sense the power grab. Your character is intriguing in it. He's a maverick of some sorts. I mean, can you give us the pitch? What's the Dune pitch?
Well, I really enjoyed the scripts, and why I signed on is that there's just one big chess match. Everybody's got hidden agendas, and it's kind of like one big riddle, and it's up to the audience to figure it out. It's not just it's got this amazing, beautiful background of the Dune franchise, but it's very character driven, and it's a really great game of chess. If you like a competition,
you're in.
This is for you.
You're in, and that's the thing about it. So I've seen the two movies. I presume you've seen the movies and all that. I mean, of all the people, and now you're involved in the TV show. So, were you when they asked you, said, "Look, Travis, how do you feel about this? How did you feel about the Dune world? Were you invested in it? Was it?
No, I wasn't a big sci-fi fan. I'm getting to be one now.
Yeah.
But no, you see the movies and that, and it's so much work goes into make a movie like that and to make it look so good. And it's really escapism for the audience to go explore another world, And I think the TV show, we had a lot to live up to, and I think they really delivered, a big team effort. It's very hard to make a show like that. It takes a lot of work and a lot of teamwork and all that stuff. And I think it looks beautiful.
It looks beautiful, and sometimes I was worried that they might lose something in translation from the big screen. You're a movie guy, the score. Like, cinema is like a temple for moviegoers. It's a beautiful thing. It's escape.
Well, the good thing is now everybody's TVs are so big. Bloody big, and the sound system. So that's great. But I think it makes it very intimate. You're in this huge world and you're watching it in your living room.
Yeah.
So it's a bit different than the theatre experience.
Yeah, things have changed in that regard.
And I love what they're doing. They're putting one out each week, like old school telly. So you watch one episode, then you talk about it for a week and discuss what you think's going on, and then you get the next episode a week later, instead of just getting it all in one and you watch it in one day.
It's called the 80s. I had that. It's delayed gratification, isn't it? Where you just go, hold on a second.
Yeah.
I love the way you put that you watch the episode and everyone goes to work, school, the office, the kitchen the next day and go, did you see it? and you can digest it and enjoy it and anticipate then the next week. That's old school. I think it's coming back.
There's no these days it feels like there's no. You can't have a conversation with your mate. Oh, what do you think is going to happen because you've already watched the whole thing.
It's gone.
Yeah,
and people binge watch the whole thing.
Especially with a show like this where it's very thought provoking. And there's a lot of hidden agendas. But you're always trying to get answers for questions you have, and more arise. So
so you need to reflect on it and think and discuss, and then here comes the next episode down the track.
Like a good conversation, you change your mind about 10 times in it.
That's the point of it, isn't it? You spent some time in Ireland. I want to get back to my home country for a minute with Vikings.
Yeah, I loved Ireland. Favourite country in the world, I reckon.
Hang on, you know what you just said there?
What?
Favourite country in the world?
Yeah.
Big thing to say.
It was one of my favourite then. It was after people were so amazing, mate. They were so hospitable, very talented production-wise. Obviously, the locations and that are just absolutely beautiful. I really enjoyed it. People were so welcoming and just up for the crack.
Yeah.
Even
that use of the word means you've become one of us.
Yeah.
And it's you were in Wicklow, I think, for a lot of it, which for people who don't know is called the Garden County in Ireland. It's a very beautiful stretch. And you were staying on a lake, is that right? Yeah,
blew my mind. Yeah, stayed on lockdown with
lockdown.
Mate. Yeah, it was just absolutely beautiful. Took a boat to work some of the times.
Yeah.
Did some great fishing there. It's just beautiful. Got deer and a mountainside. It's like being on a movie or a TV show where we were living.
Lockdown is like something out of a movie in itself. My father used to fish there as a kid, and it was it's a very special place actually, and very kind of pastoral and nearly romantic. It's like
no, it's amazing. I got to stay with a family called the Petries, and they gave me a little cabin. I lived there. It was extremely enjoyable, and just one of those moments where you only see beautiful locations like that on telly. That's why you shoot there.
And you did a bit of fishing?
Yeah, I did a heap of fishing, mate. That's all I did when I was
there. Freshwater, obviously. So
Freshwater,
fly fish?
Just a lot of brown trout.
Brown trout.
And rainbows.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
And were you tying your own fly?
No, just spinning. Mate.
Okay.
Spinning,
just a caster. There's people give fishing a bad rap. They think it's quite boring, but I think unless you put a rod in your hand and try it yourself, you'll never know.
Yeah.
What does it do for you?
Just the nature aspect of it, mate. It was beautiful watching fish. I'll always throw them back in, but the challenge of catching is amazing. But you're in this beautiful stream doing it, and there's a bit of primitive,
isn't there?
Part to it, where it's like. I like the feeling too. If you had to survive, you can survive. You can go fishing, and
it's reassuring.
Yeah.
At a base level.
Yeah, and enjoying it. It's just something about peaceful. I can be out there by myself for hours and hours and hours.
Would you describe yourself as an introverted kind of person?
For sure, in certain ways. I love to be out with my mates, having a laugh and spending time with them. But for interviews and that, I'm very introverted.
Yeah.
And, I'm not a singer dancer. I didn't sing and dance.
Yeah, I understand that. It's fun, isn't it? Funny because you said in the past that it's not you're not mad about this part of the
or reading in front of the class, mate. I always hated that stuff.
So how did you? Because there'll be a lot of introverts listening and going, I don't like public speaking. I don't like being in front of people. I don't like the light coming on me, and yet you can stand in front of a whole cast and act. And
I'm not as uncomfortable there because I've prepared and done my work, and made it really important to me. But, mate, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't get paid.
It's as obvious as that, is it?
Yeah, shut up and do it. What else am I? I wasn't going to be a doctor, was I?
No. Well, the farm you grew up on was massive.
Yeah, I love that. That's what I always wanted to do.
I
want to be back there doing that. This is just, I've got a bit sidetracked for a while, but...
It's a very frankly honest thing. It's a bit of fun, but actually get me back to the farm. There's a bit of that because you seem to be extremely proud of Australia and
very proud of
home
Australia,
country,
mate. Yeah, home country. Just the way you grew up. You always got that. That's sort of where your heart is. But I love so many countries, mate. And with this job, another perk is just you get to experience so many different communities and landscapes, and I can't complain at all about anything.
You were a barman in London here for a while, weren't you?
The Argyle Arms for a couple of years. Lived there. Yeah, I went there just night before last night actually.
How'd it get on?
Exactly the same. Yeah, great, mate.
Did you have a beer?
Yeah, I had a beer and called a couple of blokes that used to work there with me, and
nice.
And it's good, great memories, mate.
And it's a great job to get to get your personality out and to,
Yeah.
you know, get to meet people.
Socialise.
Yeah, precisely. Sorry, that brings us back to your jacket and the Traveller beer. So this is a beer that you guys put together, you and some friends.
Yep.
You front up, and it's
Got a little brewer. We said what type of beer we wanted to drink, and just have it a bit better for you than a normal beer, so you don't get all bloated and that. And anyway, came up with Traveller, which is like a roadie. Yeah. It's Australia's version of a roadie, and it's been going really good in Australia. We want to bring it overseas, you know.
Yeah,
so,
and get going.
We'll do that soon.
So you're about what, 45?
45. Yeah.
Is that okay? You don't mind me saying?
No, I don't care.
Name and shame.
How old I am?
That's it. Yeah, but some people are a bit fussy about these things.
Yeah.
You're not. No. What do you want? What do you want to do now? Because I get the sense there's one of your feet is in a farm in Australia, the other foot's in Hollywood or wherever it might be.
I want to win Tats Lotto, buddy, so I can just have 2 feet on the farm.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So have you got a plan in terms of years?
Well, I had a 2-year plan, and now I've been doing it for 25. So my plans don't work that well. But no, I'm very proud to be part of this job, and I hope this job keeps going. Dune, it's been a great experience, and it's great material. And then hopefully in the next few years I can retire and do what I really, really want.
Yeah. Back where you want to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, thanks a million for coming to see us. Good luck with Dune.
Thank you,
It's a beautiful program. Looking forward to watching all the rest of it. And I love that you're not lashing it all out in one go. We can have that anticipation again.
No, I look forward. Hopefully people enjoy it.
And I hope you get to the farm soon enough too.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Nice to see you.
Goodbye.
Virgin Radio.